The biggest problem I wanted to solve with my business was to take that helicopter look of what was going on, because you get so caught up in your day-to-day and doing what you've always done. But for me, it's very hard to get that out and get that to a broader audience and get it online. So the best thing about the sprint and working with the guys was for me to get, I suppose, that collective mind together and get people who are experts in their field. And, for me to just kind of regurgitate the stuff in my head, but for them to actually get it out and reach that broader audience. So I'd never heard of a design sprint, but I was really excited about it. Just for me to be able to take myself out of my usual daily routine and just focus on my business. It's the age-old thing, not just working in it, but working on it. And the great thing about it was I was kind of forced to do it. It was like Jackson and his team just kind of said, we need 2 or 3 days of your time, uninterrupted. And the onboarding process was fantastic. I got navigation the whole way through. I knew exactly what our goals and objectives were, and I could see the clear vision at the end, or where we wanted to get to, which is a big thing in business. And the process with this onboarding was fantastic. I had that navigation. I knew the clear goals and objectives. So for me, it was a great experience. Day one was probably the most challenging, but also the most rewarding, because it was really nutting out the nitty-gritties of where we wanted to go and how we get there, which for me, it was great to have the team there on board, because I can lack a little bit of direction sometimes, but for me it was great because it was kind of like, get all of this information out and the guys could collate it. That was the biggest thing for mine, and give it a clear direction, because I've said it before, I can be a little bit like a ship without a rudder. I'll set sail but have no idea exactly where I'm going. So that was one of the best things. It was like the guys just bringing me back and giving me that rudder, so that was good. Day 2 was great, but it was interesting. At certain parts I was like, oh my god, where are we going with this? But at the end it just kind of all fell into place. So it was really good. I think you wouldn't necessarily get to those places without it. That collective mind though as well, 4 or 5 of you in a room, just with different ideas, and putting it all up in lights was, it was enjoyable. The biggest moment for me was once we got right towards the end and we could see we had the goals up there, and seeing just exactly what this could become was super exciting for me. But also to see the roadmap and see that other world, the design, the implementation, how we can reach people was really super exciting for me. I've got all the ideas in the world, but I've always struggled with how to put that together and how to reach the masses, so I could really see the steps and how this could work. So after the sprint, it was very clear to me that what we had gone through was really worthwhile and valuable, and how it was going to I suppose the traffic that it started to bring very quickly. I started to see that value and everything that we had worked on in the sprint kind of come to fruition. So I think working with a team like the one that I just went through with the sprint with Jackson's team was, everyone had their strengths. For me, just getting those experts in the same room was absolute gold. And so, I highly recommend doing these sprints. And it's been widely spoken about that collective mind is just so strong.